Hi there. I'm outside again. Want to share something with you, and I got somebody with me that wants to say hello. Say hi, Rasco. Um, so today I want to talk about self-expression, and I've kind of talked about this before, somewhat recently, but it's fun when you kind of view things through a different lens, and here I am talking about it again. So, when I used to think about self expression, I kind of just saw it as, like you needing to voice a concern or, say something that's on your mind that's bothering you. And to, just kind of talking and sharing, right? But there's so many other things that self expression is. And now it's kind of like I'm looking at it like creativity and, how you show up in the world and um, just communicating in general. And one of the things I realized recently, and I actually talked about this in that video, whenever it was, that I've spent all of my life focusing on other people and what they had going on and, you know, um, catering to them, the caregiver mode, right? That I really don't share what's going on with me with people. I have talked about that in my last video about how, when you're out somewhere like a wedding or whatever and people are like, how are you? And you're like, how are you? And I literally would sit there and not be able to come up with anything. Um, and part of it really is because I've just spent so long like not pouring into the things that I love, like my hobbies, my creativity, especially. Um, so I really don't have a lot to share, right? I mean, my relationship's good, my home's good. I mean, I just lost Peanut, obviously, but I'm working. I mean, like nobody wants to like that's boring, right? Nobody wants to hear about that. So, you know, today I this morning I was talking to my boyfriend and he was, talking about stuff and I was listening and engaging and then it got to a point where I just was like, okay, I got stuff I got to do. I didn't even say anything to him. He was kind of done talking, but I just, excused myself out of the room and went and did what I needed to do. And that was a huge move for me because I usually just stay engaged in listening. And I mean, of course, I love my boyfriend and I want him to share with me, right? But, when you're not exchanging, doing the exchange of like self expression, then it's completely one sided and you can get drained from those situations. So, it's nothing he's doing, it's that I need to start living my life instead of focusing on everybody else and what they're doing and worrying about them. So I can share things, right? And, um, it's just wild to think about that like how much of my energy and time has been spent on everyone else, including my pets, right? And pets that I've had in the past. And I just completely lost myself somewhere in there. And, I completely forgot about, like when I was, this was quite a while ago. How old was I? Maybe in my late 20s, early 20s. I don't know. A friend I used to have, we used to scrapbook all the time. And I don't think I really want to get back into that. But I forgot that I used to paint canvases and I would scrapbook off of that. So I just order myself some canvases and I'm going to get some paint and I think I'm just going to paint and then I might make a little something, of Peanut like a memorial. I don't know. But the point is that my whole day has been spent, like all my days, I should say, have been spent focusing on my boyfriend, my dogs, and then being on my phone definitely is not helping me be able to express myself. So now I just want to live, right? I just want to start living my life, and it's like it feels so good, but like terrifying, to be honest, because I don't know anything else. But I gotta say, I've already made progress in like a few days with it. And I talked about this in a video that I did about Peanut. I knew she was going to help me with something, and this is probably the greatest gift that I've ever gotten, because it just makes me a little sad that I've not really been living my life for 42 years, and there's people that probably contributed to this, what I'm doing, but it's me. I've done it. I could have put a stop to it, right? So now it's just kind of unlearning all of that. Because, I was thinking today, because that's how I process. I was like, my boyfriend always tries to ask me, what's going on? What's going on? And I can share about work, right? I can tell him about work, and there's other things that happen throughout my days and stuff like that, but I don't have anything to share. But that's going to change. So I guess I'm sharing this because I want to tell you, like, what you bring to the world matters too, and your life is your life is just as important as everyone around you. And in order to thrive with everything, you gotta start existing and living instead of just, being what's the word I'm looking for? Because it just feels very, not robotic, because I care deeply and people know that, but it just feels like you're going through the motions of life. You're not really experiencing it. You know what I mean? And I'm excited to start this next chapter and adventure, even if it's scary for me. So I hope this helps somebody.